Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility on this Wednesday, new review day. Each and every Wednesday, talking about some of the cool new releases that are coming out across all the genres we cover here on the channel, all forms of metal, progressive rock, hard rock, classic rock, fusion. That's what we cover here on SOT. Today, we're going to take a look at the 13 studio album from this band from Gothenburg, Sweden. They're one of the originators of the melodic death metal sound that started way back in like the late 80s, early 90s, alongside In Flames and a couple other bands. That band is Dark Tranquility. The album is called Endtime Signals. Yes, indeedy. And this is on Century Media Records. Let's take a look at this jewel case CD here. Interesting kind of subtle little artwork there. And, of course, in the booklet, we've got lyrics for all the songs. And then a nice little shot of the band. Who is the band today, you might ask? The band is Michael Stan. Or Stan. On vocals, founding member. Johan Reinholz on guitar. He's been with the band now for a few albums. Of course, also former member of the great Swedish progressive metal band Andromeda. Christian Jansson on bass. Martin Brandström on electronics, keyboards and things. And Joachim Strandberg Nilsson on drums. So the band has gone through some lineup changes in recent years. Of course, Christopher A. Mott, former founding member of Arch Enemy, came and joined the band for a few years, appeared on their last album, but he is no longer in the band. So now they are down to just one guitar player. Once again, Johan Reinholz now finds himself as the lone guitar player in the band. Not sure what they're going to do out on tour. Usually they're a two-guitar band on tour, but we'll see going forward. So, got a couple guest musicians on the album playing cello and violin. And we've got 12 tracks on this regular CD. I think there's a deluxe version that has a couple extra songs. It's about 50 minutes long. And produced by, hold on, do I have any of that? Martin Brandström produces the album. And again, I mentioned for Century Media Records. So, 13 records. It's like hard to, I know we had planned to do a ranking the albums of Dark Tranquility a while back. Steve Keel and I were looking to do that. And then things just kind of happened and we wound up never doing it, and maybe it was just for the best because we got this new album coming that's out now, so maybe it was just best to wait for that anyway. But big catalog, 13 records. I've been listening to Dark Tranquility for a long time. Again, you think of the Gothenburg melodic death metal sound. These guys have been tried and true. Them and In Flames kind of were two of the bands that really kind of kick-started this. You got Soilwork. There's a few other bands, right? But these guys have kind of stuck to their guns and stuck to the formula all throughout these years, while other bands have kind of started, doing a little bit other things or whatever. And as far as like what is the Gothenburg melodic death metal sound, right? Well, it's very different from most other forms of death metal, other than the fact that you do have the growling vocals. But the music and the arrangements are much more your standard heavy metal fare, right? It's there is some of the death metal chug and whatnot, but this is not bludgeoning, music like Death or Morbid Angel or Autopsy or that sort of thing. It's very different from that. The music is very melodic. There are lots of catchy hooks and things and cool choruses and whatnot. Lots of twin guitars and really good leads and riffs and things like that. And especially in Dark Tranquility's case, a lot of use of keyboards, synths, and electronics, right? So they're kind of like gothic, almost symphonic flair to their songs. But they have some albums that are heavier and slightly more brutal than others. But for the most part, it's just as far as death metal goes, I would say it's very easy listening death metal. And Michael Stanley, great vocalist, one of the best of this scene, because even though he is doing the growling death metal style vocals, you can pretty much understand everything that he's saying, which I think is good. And in more recent times, he has started to incorporate some clean melodic vocals into the albums that they put out, and especially on this one, you're going to get that more than anywhere else. So it starts off right off the bat with 3 bangers in a row. You got Shivers and Voids, Unforgivable, and Neuronal Fire. All 3 are your typical Dark Tranquility, fast tempos, lots of cool riffs and slash crashing leads and Michael's great vocals. Then on Not Nothing, which is track number 4, here he's mixing in the growling vocals and the clean vocals, and the song is still pretty much a banger, but you get it's very, very melodic, very haunting at times, and I really like the way they mix up his two styles of vocals on that track. Really good. Probably one of my favorite songs on the album is Drowned Out Voices. Just a total crusher. Great complicated riffs, nice sizzling leads, really good song, very memorable. One of Us Is Gone is one of the couple songs on here where it's just kind of like a mellow, moody, gothic type of song with all clean vocals. I mean, it sounds fine, but there's just one of those would have been good on this album. The fact we get 2 of them is kind of like, I think, one too many. But it's fine for what it is. Then you got The Last Imagination and Enforced Perspective. Both total bangers. The back end of the album is pretty strong. Our Disconnect, Wayward Eyes is a crusher. A Bleaker Sun, also really heavy, fast-paced. The drumming's great on this album. Nice use of keyboards and electronics here. I believe it's Wayward Eyes also has a lot of kind of cool symphonics and these kind of like electronic soundscapes, which I think work really well. Give it kind of a gothic flavor, but still pretty heavy. Then the last track on the album is False Reflection. That, again, is another real softie. Again, I don't like when heavy bands like this end an album on a mellow nature like this. For me, that could have been kind of taken off. It's easily my least favorite song on the album. But, again, as far as his clean vocals go, he's really good at that. So for those who have kind of grown up with Dark Tranquility, with Michael's vocals always being in, the raging, growling vocals, he does a lot of cool, clean stuff on here, and he's very good at it. I just wish sometimes they would, instead of just, all right, we're going to do melodic vocals, so the song's got to be really, really mellow. It's like, you can still do fast-paced, heavy tracks and throw in melodic vocals. They kind of chose not to do that on this album for whatever reason. But nobody asked me. So anyway, I do like this quite a bit. I think it's very, very good. I'm going somewhere between, they have a lot of classic albums in their catalog. And is this going to replace any of those as a top tier Dark Tranquility album? No, but it's very, very solid. I'm going to give it a very solid 3.5 out of 5 star. It's got, like I said, 12 tracks. 8 of them, I think, are pretty damn spectacular. And then there's a couple that are okay, but it's still really good. There's nothing on here that's bad. So 3.5 out of 5 star, might even grow a little bit if I did like 3.75. Between a 3.5 and a 4, that's kind of where I'm fluctuating here. They have better albums, but this has a late edition in their catalog, really good. Guitar playing is top-notch. Vocals are outstanding. A lot of memorable tracks and a couple real crushers. So if you haven't checked these guys out, go give them a listen. I'll drop the link to the Bandcamp page down below. And visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. We also have memberships here. We have channel memberships. So if you want to sign up for that, please go ahead. You just click the join button. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations if you'd rather do that route, our merch page, and our Cameo page. So thank you in advance for all your support, everybody, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. I am Pete Pardo. Have a good rest of the day. Take care. Bye-bye.